Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, where we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We just hit 30 subs. Thank you guys so much, and I hope I can make good content for you guys in the future that you will enjoy. Arizona and California are playing each other in a very underrated Pac-12 game. Two teams that are trying to return to relevancy and hoping to make bowl eligibility this year. Let's break this game down and see who I think is going to win. Jedd Fisch is in his second season as the head coach at Arizona, and they are 2-1 to start the season. They have a win at San Diego State, 38-20. They did lose to Mississippi State, 39-17, in a game that they were actually fairly close in until the end, when Mississippi State blew it open. And then they beat the top FCS program in North Dakota State, 31-28. So that's a pretty good win there. So again, they are 2-1 going into Pac-12 play. Quarterback Jayden de Laura. Jayden de Laura is a transfer from Washington State. That was a big pickup for Jedd Fisch. Arizona has not had good quarterback play since the end of the Kevin Sumlin era into the Jedd Fisch era, but Jayden de Laura is a very good quarterback coming in from Washington State. 229 yards passing and a touchdown against North Dakota State, and he had 50 yards and a rushing touchdown. So he's kind of a dual threat, which again is always good news for a team that's trying to win, because when you're a struggling team, again, usually offensive line play struggles, and Jayden de Laura can run and get out of pressure. That's always a good thing. Running back Michael Wiley, he had 51 yards and a touchdown against North Dakota State. Wide receiver Jacob Cowing, he was a transfer from UTEP. That was a big addition for Arizona. He had 55 yards and a touchdown against North Dakota State. And on the defensive side of the ball, cornerback Christian Roland Wallace, he had 6 tackles. Is North Dakota State. Safety Jackson Turner had 4 tackles, and linebacker Jerry Roberts had 2 tackles. So Arizona's defense, they got some transfers. They're doing better on defense than they have in the past. Again, when Kevin Sumlin got fired, they were giving up way too many points. And Jedd Fisch last year, when they went 1-11, they couldn't stop people, but they're doing a little bit better. The most they've given up is 39 to Mississippi State, but we know that Mike Leach's offense at Mississippi State is elite with Will Rogers at quarterback. On the California side, Justin Wilcox is 2-1 to start the season, and he's in an interesting position because he's kind of flirting with being on the hot seat, but he's kind of doing just enough to keep his job. To start this season, they have a win over UC Davis, 34-13, so that's a really bad team, but they did win by 21. And then UNLV, you got a win there, 20-14. That's a decent win, but UNLV is not like the greatest power in the world. Then they lost at Notre Dame, 24-17, and this is interesting because Notre Dame is not having a great season, and that was their first win. But Cal did hang with Notre Dame and almost potentially could have beaten them, but they didn't get it done. So that's a sad loss for them because they actually had a chance to win and take advantage of Notre Dame not playing as well. But they are 2-1. Quarterback Jack Plummer is a transfer from Purdue, and he can play. He had 184 yards and a touchdown through the air against Notre Dame, and he had 24 yards rushing and a touchdown. And he's kind of a dual threat as well. Running back DeCarlo Brooks had 43 yards on the ground. So again, they were not able to run the football too much against Notre Dame, unfortunately. It's not a good sign because you want to be able to run the football when you can't run. It puts a lot more pressure on your quarterback. Wide receiver J. Michael Sturdivant, he had 61 yards and a touchdown. So that's good news for Jack Plummer to get the ball out to him. And on the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Jackson Sermon had 4 tackles. He's a great player. He's all over the field for California. Safety Daniel Scott had 2 tackles, and defensive end Nate Burrell had 2 tackles. So starting out this season, it kind of looks to me that their defense is pretty good. Because at the most they've only given up 24 to Notre Dame. You know, Notre Dame's offense has not been that great. And on the Arizona side, their defense gave up 39 to Mississippi State, but again, Mississippi State is a really good team on offense. It also seems that Arizona's offense is better than California's because Arizona, they've put up 38 against San Diego State, and Cal, the most they put up was 34 against a really bad UC Davis team. So who's going to win this game? This game is at California, and I think the home field advantage always matters. But I think Jedd Fisch has the energy. I think at him being in his second year, he's got his players energized. I think they've got some more transfers than Cal does, even though Jack Plummer is a good quarterback for Cal. I think Arizona's going to go in and win 24-21. I think Cal's favored by 3. which is essentially the home field, and so it's essentially a toss-up game in most people's minds. But I think Arizona's going to go and get it done. I think they've got more energy, and like I said, with their new coach, the fairly new coach, and Justin Wilcox has kind of been struggling and hasn't really gotten it done. For him, he really needs this game, and he can win. But I think Arizona is going to win 24-21 over the California Golden Bears. Subscribe to the channel for more sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think about this Arizona-California game and who's going to win and why. And I will see you next time.